Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Arianna, and today we're going to be really focusing on the midsection here. So making sure we get some digestive fire going again. If you're feeling bloated or heavy or just super tight in this midsection area, this is going to be a perfect practice for you to really ease everything up and get things moving. So grab out your mat, get some cozy, and let's get started. So today we will begin standing at the top of the mat here. And just in Tadasana, so feet hip width apart here. Chicken down, looking at your feet, making sure you're in nice alignment. Roll the shoulders back, shine the palms forward, and really align your spine here. Find your alignment here. With the eyes open, just let the belly go. So if you're holding on or trying to pull it in any way, just let it go right now. No one's watching. Just relax. Relax the belly. And now we'll bring both of our hands on our belly right here, one on top of the other, just holding it in whatever way feels right. And we're going to focus our breath into this area. So as we breathe in, we'll feel the belly expand. So breathe into the belly. And as we breathe out, the belly gently comes in as you let go. Breathing in through the nose, the belly expands, creating space. And as we exhale, it pulls in ever so slightly, letting all the breath out of the body. So breathing into this space of the belly. You can close your eyes if you want to really focus on this belly breath. And when we're feeling bloated or tight or just stuck in this area, we really just want to create more space and allow for some movement. So that is why yoga is really good for digestion overall and just the well-being of the body and all the organs in the body. Just making sure you have that healthy movement that is linked with our breath is very powerful and can create a lot of space and wake up areas you otherwise wouldn't have woken up just in your daily lives. So keep breathing here. And the reason we're really focusing on the breath as well is because that is going to be the most important thing to really get things moving. It's not very often that we focus our attention and our breath in this area and we really take the time to take full deep breaths. It's really just going to get things moving just by just breathing. Breathing into the belly, nice and strong. Just take 2 more breaths. One more. Awesome, and we'll drop the hands to our sides now. Let's inhale, keeping that belly breath. Raise the arms up. Let the fingertips touch at the top, and as you exhale, the fingers rain down back to your sides. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhaling, the arms come up. You can look up slightly. And as you exhale, let them come down. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, rain them down. And on this last time, inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Let the fingertips touch for just a moment. And just exhale. We're going to hold on to the right wrist here. Breathe in, reaching up. And as you breathe out, bend over towards the left here. Just taking a little side bend, relaxing the shoulders, opening the side body here. Really plant your feet into the earth now. And breathe into the side. Take 1 more breath. And come on back to center. We'll instantly go to the other side. So holding onto the opposite wrist. Inhale, you rise. Exhale, we carry it over and bend to the side. And just breathe here. Really focus on this deep belly breath throughout the practice. It's going to do wonders. Take one more breath on your own. And then come on back to center. Rain the fingers down. Reach the arms up one more time on your inhale. As you exhale, it's cactus. The arms bend at the elbows. Open the chest here. Hold it here for just a moment. Take one more inhale here on your own time. And as you exhale, I want you to bend the knees and hinge at the hips to fold over the legs here. Forward fold. Checking out the feet. And we're just going to hang here to open up some space in the low back. So you can hold on to the elbows here and rock side to side. Keeping the knees deeply bent, as deep as you want, whatever feels good. You want to just really stretch our low back here. So taking any movement that feels good. If that means no movement, awesome. Don't do any movement. Keep breathing as you release. Let go of the neck. Let's take one more breath. Drop the fingertips to the floor. On your next inhale, bring the hands to the thighs, roll the shoulders back, elbows in, pull the belly in, half lift. And as you exhale, let's bend the knees and fold once more. Inhale, now take a nice slow roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Rolling the shoulders back, the head being the last to align. Mountain pose. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, let them come down to your sides. And now we'll just rock back and forth onto the feet, forward and back, just getting acquainted with our balance because we're going to do a tiny bit of balancing. And now rocking side to side, from one side to the other on your feet. You can look down at them, see how they're doing. Move the toes around. We just want to really, really get into the feet here. And then when you're ready, find your center. Finding the center here. Weight in all four corners of the feet. Let's bring our weight over to our right foot here. And we'll pull the left knee into the body here. So we're not really trying to yank it into the chest. You're going to lose your balance that way. But we're going to press that shin into the hands and the hands into the shin here. And let's roll out that left ankle. Keep breathing. And now we're going to take a little bit of a twist here. So you're going to hold on only with this right hand. And I'm going to turn around to show you. So holding on only with this right hand. And then we're going to reach that left hand back nice and slow. And you can look forward or back, whatever feels good. If this left hand is not comfortable here, you can keep it on the hip. We're just taking a little bit of a twist here, our first twist. You're going to feel your balance being tested here. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, come back to center. Let's let go of that leg, but don't drop it yet. Flex into that foot. Bring the hands to the hips here. We're going to bend into that front leg and step back carefully into a high lunge. So making sure the feet are hip width apart or wider. Just find your alignment here, keeping this hip squared in front of us. Making sure that this front knee is aligned with the ankle. And whenever you're ready, You can reach the arms up to the sky, relaxing the shoulders and breathing into the belly. Bending this back leg if you need to. It's not always going to be straight. It might be a little uncomfortable on the low back. So making sure to find what feels good for you right now. Let's take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, let's reach this right hand onto the hip. And we're going to reach the left arm over, kind of in a side bend here. But we're not making it super intense. Just a very easy side bend over towards the right. Creating space with our breath. And come back to center, reach both arms up. And let's reach both arms down to the ground to frame the foot here. Staying in this lunge position, plant that left hand down, reach the right arm up to the sky. Easy twist here. Pull the belly in. Activating the core a little bit more. Let's reach that right hand back down to the floor. And if you can, just take that right foot back into a plank. Holding this plank just for a moment. Do what you need to do. If you need to come on your knees here, that is a-okay. We're just holding for 3. Pull the belly in for 2. And 1. Drop the knees here. Bring them hip width apart and bring the hands and the wrists underneath the shoulders here. We'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, drops the belly. The heart reaches forward, looking forward here. And as you exhale, we push the ground away to hollow, like a Halloween cat. Take a few rounds of your cat-cow. Take 2 more rounds here. Just feeling it out and going at your own pace. Last one. And now I'd like you to kind of challenge yourself and take a little bit of intuitive movement. So that means just doing whatever feels good here. So we really just want to move the belly around, move the torso around. You can do in circles. You can go back into kind of a child's pose or come forward into a sort of cobra, but be very gentle with yourself and only do what kind of feels good right now. We're just moving around the hips, moving around the belly, kind of unstucking some areas. It's not really a word, but it can be a word for right now. So just moving, still breathing, doing whatever kind of feels good, bringing the whole body into it. And during this practice, I really do encourage you to kind of find however long you need to hold poses. So I'm going to be going through a few poses, especially a little bit later on, that I'd like you to stay in if you need to. So don't feel like you have to do everything I'm telling you to do. I want you to kind of do what feels good for you. All right, come back to neutral. We'll curl the toes under. Bring the hands slightly in front of the shoulders here, if they're not already, and come up into a downward facing dog. Pedal the feet here, be nice and gentle. This is your first down dog. Don't judge it. Pull the belly in so that you can find a nice long spine here. Take one more round of breath, a deep belly breath here. And then we'll look forward, step up to the top of the mat. Take a half lift here. Pull the belly in, nice long spine. And as you exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise nice and slow. Reaching the arms up as we come to the top. As we exhale, rain the fingers down to our sides. Let's find our center again, so rocking back and forth onto the balls of the feet and the heels, and let's rock from side to side. Making sure our feet are nice hip width apart. And when you're ready, find center. And now we'll put all of our weight into this left foot, bringing the right knee into the chest slightly. Pressing that shin into the hands, hands into the shin. Roll out the right ankle. We're gonna need it. Now pull the belly in here. Really activate the abs and the core here for this balance. Holding on with the left hand on the shin now. We'll begin to take a twist over towards the right, reaching back behind us with this right arm, or just keeping it on the hip. If this is too much, feel free to stay here. Otherwise, try to take this twist and breathe into it. Finding what feels good for you, whatever this pose is for you in your body today. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, bring the hand back. We'll bring the hands to the hips now. Bend into this front leg. Slowly reach this right foot back into a high lunge. So finding your high lunge, hip width apart, knee over the ankle. Bending that back leg if you need. Keeping the hips nice and square and facing forward here. Take your time to do this. And when you're ready, reaching those arms up to the sky. And breathing. Really activating the fire here in the belly. And in the whole body. Can really, really help us get everything moving. Let's bring this left hand to the hip here and reach over towards the left with this right arm. A nice easy side bend, not going too far here. Reaching up more so than anything. Take one more breath. And come back to center, both arms raise up. And as you exhale, bring both hands to frame the foot, planting this right palm, reaching the left to the sky, easy twist. And breathe, pressing into that back heel. Let's bring the hand back down. We'll bring the foot back into a plank once more, holding here, pulling the inner thighs in together. Everything is in one long straight line here, making sure the shoulders are over the wrists. Pull the belly in, but keep breathing. For 3, for 2, and 1. You can slowly drop the knees or lower to the floor, elbows in one straight line. Press the tops of the feet into the floor, kneecaps lift. We'll take a baby cobra, inhale. The upper body rises slightly. Stay here for a couple breaths. You can kind of move from side to side. Once again, do what feels good for you. Making sure not to look up too far. Take one last breath. And as you exhale, slowly lower back to the floor. Curl the back toes under, come to hands and knees first, and then push back into a downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet if that feels good. Otherwise, you can find stillness. Take one more breath here. Pull that belly in. Nice long spine, nice long straight line. And let's slowly drop the knees as wide as the mat, big toes touching, and press the hips back to the heels for a child's pose. You can reach the arms forward or bring the hands underneath the forehead here. Whatever feels good. We're just taking a little bit of a rest, opening the hips. Deep belly breaths. Keep breathing here, nice and strong. relax where you think you might be holding any tension for about 2 more breaths. Wonderful. Press the hands into the earth here. Let's come forward, back into a downward facing dog. And just stay here for 1 breath. Recalibrate. And let's look forward. You can take a few steps or just step all the way back to the top of the mat. But we're going to bring our feet as wide as the mat here. So bringing your feet as wide as the mat. And you're still just kind of folded here. We'll take a little bit of a squat here. So we're going to bring the heels in and the toes apart, kind of toes falling off the mat here. And we'll bend into the knees, coming down into a squat. So we're here, and we're going to press our elbows into the thighs, into the inner thighs here, and press these thighs, the knees, into the elbows here. So kind of this opposition here as we bring the hands together at heart center, roll the shoulders back, pull the belly in slightly to find a nice long spine. If this is difficult for you, if you feel like you're a little high, feel free to sit up on a block. You can make it as high or as low as you want. Otherwise, if you don't have one, it's okay to stay a little bit higher here. It is a-okay. We're just encouraging some movement. So wherever you are right now, just breathe, remembering to press the arms into the thighs and thighs into the arms here, rolling the shoulders back, utilizing your core. Take 1 more breath here. Wonderful. And now we'll bring the hands behind us to sit back onto our butt. Planting the feet into the ground. Bring them a little bit closer to you. We'll roll the shoulders back, holding onto the back of the thighs first to find a nice long spine as if we're going to go into boat. But we're not, don't worry. We're going to be fine. And reaching the arms forward. The inner thighs are kind of squeezing in slightly toward one another. We'll inhale, find length. And as we exhale, we'll take a nice slow roll onto the back. Using your core. Resist here a little bit. And once you're there, bring the heels a little closer to your bottom. Shimmy the shoulders underneath you. And we'll take bridge. So inhale, stay here. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, reach the hips up to the sky. Imagine you're squeezing a ball or a block in between the thighs. If you have one, definitely try squeezing it in between the thighs here. Reaching the fingers towards the heels. We'll be here for a few breaths. If you'd like to go any further, you can interlace the fingers underneath the back here and shimmy those shoulders and the arms underneath you so that you can press them into the floor and come a little bit higher. Looking down along the line of your body or looking up here, just breathing. Not judging where you are. Take 1 more breath in, belly rises. As you exhale and release the hands and slowly roll down, tailbone being the last to hit the floor. Let's pull the knees into the chest and just rock from side to side. Still breathing and releasing here. And now another chance to do what kind of feels good here. You can bring the knees wide, or you can take a happy baby by reaching the arms in between the legs and holding onto the outer sides of the feet here, or the big toe, whatever feels good. And still rocking from side to side. Doing what feels good for you. And switching it up if you have to. Listen to your body, listen to your breath. And take one more breath wherever you are. And let's bring the knees back in together. Just give them a little squeeze. And then plant the feet on the floor once more. I'll take a supine twist here. Press the feet into the floor. Lift the hips and move them over towards the right side of your mat. And then drop the knees over towards the left here. Twisting and reaching this right arm either in the diagonal or straight across. We want to make sure this right shoulder is nicely planted onto the floor. If it's not and you feel like you have some space in between the thighs, you can use a block to put in between the thighs or underneath the knees here to give them some height. So adjust as needed. We'll be here for a little bit. And I like to keep my other hand on my belly here, feeling the breath, just reminding me to keep this deep belly breath going. We'll take 3 more breaths. And remember, you can stay here as long as you'd like. Otherwise, we'll begin bringing these back to center, pressing our feet into the floor to bring our hips over towards the left this time. Twisting on the other side, dropping the knees over towards the right, reaching this left arm out or in a diagonal, and relaxing here. Getting cozy and twisting deeply. Twists are great to really massage these organs in the midsection and to activate our digestive fire or our agni, which is really needed for digestion, you'd think. So it's nice to do them every once in a while. Just breathing, closing the eyes if that feels good. We'll take 3 more breaths. And once again, stay here as long as you need. And if you're ready, bring the feet back flat on the floor here. Bringing the hips to center. We're going to take 1 more pose on each side, and it's kind of a banana shape that we're going to be taking. So to kind of show you, I'll do this side. No. So we're going to do, so we have 1 more pose. We'll take a banana shape here. So pressing our feet into the floor and bringing the hips over towards the left once more. We're going to bring the legs over towards the right side of the mat, the right corner here. And our upper body's going to go towards the right upper corner of the mat. So hips over towards the left. The rest of the limbs are going to come over towards the right. And we're kind of in this half moon or banana shape, if you will. And what you can do is keep your hands on the tummy here, or you can bring them above the head and hold on to the elbows here and kind of shimmy your shoulders over towards the right here, whatever feels good. And with your legs, You can keep them here, just one foot next to the other, or bring this left foot and this ankle over the right. So crossing the ankles here. Only if that feels good. We're just getting a nice long stretch in the side body once more before we relax. Relax the shoulders, kind of adjust. You might need to wiggle around a lot. I know I am. Find what feels good, and we'll take 3 long, deep breaths into the belly here on your own time. Take one more breath, actually. Make it count. We'll carefully come onto the other side, moving the upper body first, and then uncrossing the ankles if they hadn't crossed. And then we'll press our feet into the floor, bending at the knees to come onto the other side. So hips over towards the right side of the mat, legs down to this lower corner of the mat, crossing if you need. And then shimmying those shoulders and the upper body up towards the left upper corner of the mat here. Taking whatever variation you did on the other side, wiggle it out. Find your half moon, your crescent moon, I guess, is the proper term. Or your banana. Take one more moment to relax. And we'll take 4 nice long deep breaths. Stay here longer if you need, otherwise we'll bring the upper body back to center. Uncross the ankles, press the feet into the earth to bring your hips back to center. And we'll just drop into Shavasana, so legs nice and long. Making sure you're in the center of the mat. I know we've been moving around a lot. Shimmy the shoulders underneath you to open the chest here. Let's bring the hands on the tummy to start. I'd like you to close your eyes now. We're going to take as long as we need here. But first, we'll give our belly a little love, a little massage. So bring your right hand onto your heart. And so bring your left hand onto your heart here, and with your right palm begin to make circles in the tummy in a clockwise position. Bring your left hand onto your heart and begin to massage your stomach in a clockwise circle. Just really activating it and relaxing it. Making these kind circles, these gentle circles. Give your belly a little love. Still keeping your breath nice and strong. And when you're ready, bringing the hands down to the sides, palm face up. Dip the chin slightly. and relax your body into the ground. Staying in the Shavasana for a good amount of time is really going to let this whole practice integrate and allow your stomach to relax and recalibrate and get moving. Honestly, it's going to start doing things. So let it just sit and lay for as long as you'd like. I will leave you here. Thank you so much for doing this practice. Never forget to like if it served you and subscribe if you'd like more. And comment letting me know how it worked for you. Feedback is always amazing. I love you all. Sending you my love and light. Namaste.